lose yourself. Don't lose yourself. I smile and laugh about it because it's a lot easier said than done. So often we have to lose ourselves before we can find ourselves again, if that makes any sense. It's strange to think about that you have to go through so many things, experience so much of life, to then find yourself a bit. And then be like, oh, I guess I don't know anything about myself anymore than I thought I did. It's like an iceberg. You think you understand the very, very top of it. And then you dig a little deeper, you move around the iceberg, and you're like, oh, I guess I like this, I guess I don't like that, I guess I have an interest in this or something else. And so many different parts of you are so fascinating. And at the end of the day, you are you. Whether you think about it or not. Whether you go to sleep with somebody else, whether you fall asleep by yourself, whether you are in a room full of people. Like you have roommates that live with you. And it's like they all have their own separate life. And yet we are all here together in our own individual person, self, soul, being even. No matter that. And I think it takes a lot of sadness. It takes a lot of grief and anxiety and all those heavy feelings to work through, to get through those hard times. Because when we are in the midst of something and we have the people around us, we need them at that moment in time because they're put in our lives for a reason. I remember so many people in my life, especially when I first started college. I had my first freshman year roommate. She was my support system. She was my rock. I would ask her and be like, can I please have a hug? I need one of your hugs. And she and I were each other's support system so much. And then my second year roommate, we ended up splitting, but we were there for each other when we needed it the most, I think. And then when things just didn't go well, we ended up splitting and so forth. And then, yeah. So I think when that comes to it, we have certain people in our lives for a season, a reason, or a lifetime. And I truly think that's probably one of the truest things that I've learned throughout college. And also not to lose myself and not to lose yourself within your studies, within your job, within your relationship, within your friendships even. Because it's so easy to get into a relationship and then X out everybody else. Because they become your world, they become your centerpiece. And then you forget who you are and what you want without them. And the same thing goes with your job. You can begin to feel like you have to be doing something, that you have to be working, you have to be doing things, you have to be non-stop working, because that's who you've defined yourself as, that's who you are. But when in reality, you've kind of lost yourself. And there's nothing that can stop that from happening. And it just does. And it takes time to realize how to get out of it. And it takes space. And it takes a lot of hurt and hardship, like I said. And I think through those hardships and every single thing that you feel and go through and deal with is making you more mature into the person that you are and the person that you can truly be proud of. Because I think these past few weeks, I'm coming up on my 9th week of my internship and I'm like, yes. It has taught me a lot. It has taught me so much about myself, so much about what I like to do, what I don't like to do, how I deal with stress, and especially being so far away from my friends and my family. So much. How I deal with things, how I handle struggles, how I handle difficulties, how to be more mature, how to deal with me, and how I can understand when I'm feeling stressed, to recognize it, and then to be able to handle it properly without going to one extreme from the next. And I think one of the things that's really touched me was not losing myself in general. Within friendships, within just different connections, within my academics. Because for so long I was so attached to all these things that I've been filling my life for so long. So long. Because that's how college is. And I think this internship has really taught me that I am way more than I could even imagine, and I still am learning about myself. And that I think when we finally understand that we are not one thing, but we're always becoming, oh my gosh, that reminds me of one of these statues that I saw last year at my internship, that it said something about we are never one thing, but we are always in the midst of becoming. And it's just, it mind boggles me, it leaves me speechless. And especially with my family here, and talking with them and about their extended family, that their life continues as my life has continued, and we're living separate lives, and it's a blessing that I get to be with them right now, and that their own life is unfolding right in front of them, that they're their own multifaceted self, and that at times we can feel lost, even in the journey through everybody's path. And I think it's just still remaining constant within yourself, that no matter, honestly, where you put your head at the end of the day, that all you have is you. And I think when it comes down to that all you have is you, it kind of brings this sense of that I want to say it's like your own immortality or mortality, but it's like this sense of peace, that you know that you are the only one you genuinely have to worry about, that you can't control other people's thoughts, other people's feelings towards your actions, that only you, yes you, are the opinion that matters the most on what you do, how you act, and how you are building your future life. So, I want to leave you with this. You're not going to know yourself fully. I don't think you ever will. But, I say but, not and. But, that is never, ever, ever an excuse to push off learning about yourself. to get so deep into something, someone, that you forget about you and what you genuinely want. Because I think I've definitely done that. And I am fully guilty of that. And I look back and I think, wow, I needed to do that to learn how much I don't need that. That I need to prioritize myself, and that I need to prioritize what I want, and to no longer continue to try to compromise for other people's feelings, other people's misunderstanding. Because I guess it's a lot easier to sleep when you know you're taking care of yourself and not putting yourself on the back burner. And that if you need time and space from people, from a person, from your job, find it. It might feel impossible and it might feel like you can't do it, but please, for the sake of you, find it. Because if you keep investing your time into something, someone that is not giving you a return on investment, then I think you should reevaluate how you're investing your time. Food for thought.